So how do you get to know Hashem? And how do you get to know his commandments? The only way you could do that is by learning Torah. So each one of us has to make a regular lesson, but it's really daily. Even though we bathe daily, we eat 3 times a day. Why don't we learn every day? Because when we don't learn every day, we have our souls become weak. And you can see the difference. I remember in my unit in the IDF, it was a very good unit, very elite infantry unit. And you had these big Rambo types, and had some guys that were little and skinny types. And sometimes these Rambo types that they didn't have the spiritual development, even though they're big fighters, you would see in extreme pressure, these guys give out. And sometimes the little guys, you look at the little guy in the corner, and the little guy was a yeshiva student. He came into the army, and he's in his free time, he opens up a Tanakh, he opens up Tehillim, he opens up a little Gemara, and he's all the time refueling himself. These guys had tremendous hearts, and you can see the difference. I was a young soldier from America. I came from a non-religious background, but observing these guys, and I saw that there was an advantage to the soldiers that they were praying and they were learning. It's something I saw objectively. I didn't come from that background, but as a new immigrant and as a lone soldier in the army, I could see that there's a difference. So you can see this is strengthening of the soul. And when your soul has the strengthening, you have something to depend on in the rough times. Life is not easy because we all come down here to do a soul correction. And everyone has a job to do. Everyone has a challenge to do, depending on each individual soul. And Hashem gives us whatever challenge each of us needs for our own soul correction. So might look to you that somebody else's soul correction, oh, that's not a challenge, mine is more difficult. But you have the tools to handle your challenge, and the other person has the tools for that challenge. We're all individuals. We don't have the same thing. But the one mutual thing we have the tools of Torah and mitzvah performance and prayer to strengthen our souls, to help us meet the challenge, because there's no way a person can stand the pressures of life without meds or something or analysis if he or she doesn't have these basic tools. And that's why it's important to enroll in a Torah lesson, have a learning partner. It's a class with learning partners. It's important to pray every day. And it's important to the best you can to perform Hashem's commandments, learn all about them. You know what to do. You can't perform the commandments, you don't know anything about them. And that way you'll see the satisfaction of the soul. And this is for your own good, for your own happiness, not for anybody else, it's for your own happiness. And you deserve, this is your birthright, your own personal relationship with the Almighty.